So my fellow nerds, it is that time where we discuss our love of physical media and we go into a movie haul. All right, so I want to get this one out of the way real quick because I did an unboxing video for it, and Office fans rejoice because finally The Office is on Blu-ray. All of The Office is on Blu-ray, and so, I'll just kind of let you kind of see that side of it as well. You see that side of it. And I won't go into the whole thing because we did an unboxing video for it, and so I'll put a link right up there for that one. So enjoy, because we went pretty in depth on it. All right, next one up. And these next couple up, actually, I forgot to cover these in our last movie haul. Just completely forgot about them. We actually got these for Prime Day, so I just wanted to go over them now and kind of discuss them a little bit. But the first one we got up here is the Mummy Trilogy on 4K. Love these movies so much. They're so amazing, and just forgot that we got this on 4K. And we've watched the first one so far, and I think it looks really good. They did a great job on it, and I'm excited to kind of see what they do with the next ones coming up. I did want to kind of go into the packaging because, first of all, that is kind of a miss for me on this, and for this reason why, and I'm going to show you. Look at that. The discs come out. Now, they stick. They stay there. But the fact that they stick out like that, it's not good. I feel like half the time, like, I'm going to lose them anytime I move it at all. And you'd be amazed at how, like, when you go to, like, say this is sitting on a table, and you just go to pick it up, and it moves out a little bit, and there it is. So, like, it just makes me a little nervous on that end of it. Another thing to kind of think about is the fact that, look at the cover. This is called The Mummy, right? Do you see the mummy from the first two movies on this? We have The Rock as the Scorpion King, which, granted, I love The Rock. He's in the second movie for like, what, 10, 15 minutes at most? You've got the one from the third Mummy movie, which, is probably the least popular one of the whole franchise. Arnold Vosloo's Mummy, which is such an amazing performance by him in that. You finally see him when you open it up right here at the bottom. And it's just, I think that's a huge sin. I mean, if it's called The Mummy and the whole point of it was his character, then he should be on the cover. This makes perfect sense, but I digress. Like I said, the packaging though is kind of cool. Like, you do open it up, you have the 4K and the Blu-ray, which is cool. And then if you want the Mummy Returns, then there's that on that side, doing that way, and then Tomb of the Dragon Emperor is on that side. Packaging aside, they did an amazing job on the 4K of this. It looks spectacular to these eyes anyway. I'm not going to ever pretend to be an expert on this stuff. I'll just tell you whether I think it looks good on my setup or not. I'm happy with my purchase, so these look really great. All right, then our next setup is the Harry Potter 4K collection. Now, this is not going to take the place of, think if we're looking over here on my shoulder here, the Hogwarts collection, because this does not include any of the special features. It does actually in the Blu-ray side of it, I think. I'm not sure. I'd have to look at it, but it'll never take the place of that, because, that's just all of the special features mondoed out. It's really awesome. But, I do think it's a little, like, we did have to buy the movies on Blu-ray again, whatever, it's fine. But we did get to see them on 4K. We've watched through, let's see, I think we've done through Half-Blood Prince, and they look really good. Now the first two definitely have the biggest improvement, and there's plenty of reasons why on that end. I'm not going to get into the technical side of it. The first two definitely have the most improvement, but I think all of them so far have shown an improvement up from the Blu-ray. Again, one qualm I have here is that again, talking about the Sorcerer's Stone and the Chamber of Secrets, while they do look the best, they only put out the theatrical versions of those two films out on 4K. You do get the director's cut, or the extended version, I guess we'll call it. You do get that, but it's only on the Blu-ray. Again, as in on the Hogwarts collection. So that is really, could it really be that hard to get it on 4K? Now, I digress again, but, it's a minor quibble, but like I said, these movies do look spectacular, and, I know Michelle's really enjoyed going through them. We're actually doing reviews now of each individual movie, kind of leading up to a ranking of the franchise. So I think we've come out with the Sorcerer's Stone first. Probably here pretty soon we'll be doing Chamber Secrets, and we'll just be working our way through the entire series, including the Fantastic Beasts movies. So, if you want to check out our review of the Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, we'll put a link up there for you to click on that right there. This one was this was like one of my favorite baseball movies as a kid, and very happy to be finally owning on Blu-ray. But it's The Sandlot. I mean, I can't think. There's probably at least once or twice a week where I say the phrase "You're killing me, Smalls." I mean, this is such a classic film. I love this movie to death. I'm so happy to be to own this finally on physical media, and plus, I think the cover looks really cool. I do like that. The like I said, the inside's really nothing to write home about because you've got the same cover, and then you've just got the Blu-ray right there. So nothing real. And of course, you have the wonderful eco cases, but that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. Next one up is a new one that just got released here. Kind of one that I think Disney Plus definitely tried to experiment with, but it's Mulan, the live action Mulan. This is one that Michelle is really looking forward to. And of course, like I said, Disney Plus really tried to experiment with this by releasing it to their format with paying an extra $30 to be able to watch it, as opposed to releasing it in the theaters due to kind of the situation that we're in. And depending on who you listen to, this was either a roaring success or it was a really bad failure. Again, I don't know if we'll ever know the full answer to that. I can tell you this: we did not pay for it on Disney Plus. The idea of paying $30 for something and not really quite owning it, and really only being able to watch it like kind of once in the digital realm, still not able to kind of wrap my head around that. But like I said, now we're going to definitely watch it and probably do a review of it on 4K. So, that I think it was completely worth the wait to be able to watch it on 4K. Next one here I found for a really good price, and of course we're heading into the Christmas season, so I was really excited to get these. It was kind of a question of, do I get the price of it and get it on Blu-ray, or do I kind of pony up a little bit and get it on 4K? I decided to just go ahead and do that and get both movies at the same time, which was the Gremlins movies, Gremlins 1 and Gremlins 2. I love these as a kid. This is another one that I really loved a lot, and so I'm really happy to be owning this now. Of course, there's nothing really, it's a two-film kind of collection. Kind of looks like a bargain thing you'd get almost at Walmart or something like that. At least I think I picked it up for less than $10, so I thought it was really worth it. And, this is one that I think Michelle hasn't seen, so I'm kind of excited to kind of show them to her and see what she thinks. This next one is one that, if you're at all familiar with our channel, you know that this is one that we were very excited going into. We did 2 trailer reactions, and then we did a review of the film when it came out. And yes, this is one we bought on video on demand, and we're buying it on physical media, so whatever. But it is Bill and Ted Face the Music. We had to get it to go along with our Shout Factory box set of the first 2 films. Like I said, this film, we loved it so much and very excited to own it on physical media. Was kind of stunned that they didn't do a 4K release, actually, but that's okay. I'll get it on Blu-ray and we'll enjoy it. And this was actually really cheap, I think. I think it was less than $15, which for a newer release, that was kind of surprising. But no, this is completely worth it. Love this film to death. You can definitely check out our review of Bill and Ted right up here. This next one here is another one that we've reviewed here. Actually, I think this was the video before this one. But it is Wonder Woman. Amazon had it for $9.99 to 4K for $9.99. So I was like, we're going to jump all over that, because now that we're 4K capable, since we own the PS5, it's makes sense to get this, especially at a cheap price like that. And we literally watched this like this past weekend before we did the review video, which I'll put a link up to right here, that we did for kind of just celebrating the fact that Wonder Woman 1984 is going to be coming out on Christmas. We won't have to wait months to kind of finally see it. We'll get to see it here on Christmas Day, even though it's only through HBO Max and theaters if they're open. But we were just, so we went back and kind of watched a couple of scenes out this just to see. This looks phenomenal. The Blu-ray looks really good too. This is a good improvement, I think, and I think it looks really good. Another 4K purchase, and I feel like we're a little bit behind the times on this one, but love the first film, and so I love the idea of these continuations of this first film. So we're finally hopping on board. We're about 3 or 4 years too late, but Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. And we have not seen the third one either. Of course, this is, like, I don't know if it's necessarily a quote unquote sequel to the original Jumanji with Robin Williams, but it's definitely kind of in that world, I guess. And we just never hopped on board with it. And it's one that we always thought looked interesting, just never got around to. Of course, now that we have, a lot of time due to the pandemic, we're watching a lot more movies, so it makes sense to kind of explore some of these films. So, knowing kind of the actors in it and just knowing what little I know about it, it looks like it's going to be really good, and I'm really excited to watch it. Another DC animated film is up here next, and it is Deathstroke, Knights and Dragons. Uh, just from what I've heard, this is definitely going to be up my alley. I really think Slade Wilson is one of the more interesting, villain slash kind of, in certain cases, he can be considered an anti-hero kind of thing. He's more kind of in the villain era, but arena. But he's a great character and so awesome. Definitely excited to see Joe Manganiello finally kind of get to portray him a little bit more in Justice League. Plus, maybe hopefully Ben Affleck coming back and doing the Batman. We can really hope. But yeah, I'm excited to watch this one. Always up for more Deathstroke. Next one here was recommended by someone who follows our channel, and of course I love good baseball movies. So whenever this was recommended, I jumped all over it. But it is 61, which is the story of Roger Maris and Mickey Mantle kind of chasing after Babe Ruth's record at the time of 60 home runs. So that was kind of the chase that they both had. I know Mickey Mantle, I can't remember exactly what number he ended up on, but he ended up a little bit short. But of course, Roger Maris set the home run record, which then of course was broken back in 1998 by both Sammy Sosa and Mark McGwire, who came out with 70 and 66 home runs. So I'm very interested to kind of see a movie based on this. Like I said, someone who follows our channel, they really recommended this, and someone who I kind of respect their opinion quite a bit, so I figured why not pick it up. Next one here, another 4K title, and it's one I really remember loving when it came out, and then it was like one of those things I kind of forgot about it, and then I saw that it was getting a 4K release, and I was like, well, yeah, let's go after it. So War of the Worlds, the remake, the Tom Cruise remake. I definitely want to get the original. I know they just did a Criterion release here, a few months ago. Definitely that's on our radar to get at some point, because that one is a classic in and of itself. And also I've read the book, and it's also amazing. So, but I really like this one. I think Tom Cruise does well in this. Dakota Fanning's also really cool in this as well. And, hey, I'm excited to finally watch it in its 4K glory. All right, the next one here is a Warner Archive collection. And it's one that, honestly, I've watched it, but it's been so long that honestly I can't remember it very well. But I'm very excited to do it because I love John Carpenter's remake of it. But it's The Thing from Another World. Of course, a sci-fi classic. Absolutely, I know it's an amazing film. I remember really liking it last time I saw it. Just can't remember it that well because it's been a long time. But I'm happy to own this one and kind of sit down and compare it versus John Carpenter's remake of The Thing that starred Kurt Russell. So I kind of like to kind of compare them back and forth. But I know this one's a classic, and of course John Carpenter's remake's a classic as well. This next one here is kind of a personal one for me and Michelle because it was a deal of like we were there, which for us, we live in Arkansas. We don't really get the opportunity to kind of say we were there kind of thing. But this is the Blu Ray for Eric Clapton's Crossroads Guitar Festival from last September 2019. And we were there. We attended it both nights in Dallas, Texas at American Airlines Arena. And it was really, really good. I mean, there was some phenomenal talent there. I'll let everybody know I'm a huge Eric Clapton fan. He's actually, if you follow the channel at all, you know that I'm a guitar player and a musician, and he was definitely one of my favorite guitar players all the way through this day. I just kind of love his style, and he can really be quite rock and roll, and then he can really kind of be very laid back, and I just love his style, love everything about it. So it was great I've seen him multiple times before, including at a Crossroads in 2010 in Chicago. But this was actually Michelle's first time to see Eric Clapton live. And so that was really important because, he's getting older. You don't know how much longer, we're going to have that opportunity. So it was something we really wanted to do. And so it's cool that we kind of get to kind of have a remembrance of that night. Like, that's more than just like a cell phone video or pictures. It's like actually professionally filmed, like the highlights of that festival. I mean, there's some great performances on here. There's 2 discs worth, and it's just a lot of, but I mean, a lot of our favorite artists, because I mean, we love like blues and rock and roll and like a lot of old guitar based music. So it's really cool that there got to be a lot of some of our favorites there. But um, just a few highlights. Of course, Eric Clapton played an acoustic set the first night. Um, let's see here. Bonnie Raitt, Kev Moe, and Alan Darby. That was also a really good performance. Doyle Bramhall 2 with the Tedeschi Trucks Band was another great performance. Um, Buddy Guy and Johnny Lang, Sheryl Crow and Bonnie Raitt, Sheryl Crow and James Bay. That was spectacular. That was Every Day is a Winding Road, of course, one of her hits. Robert Cray, Marcus King Band was just phenomenal. Peter Frampton and Eric Clapton playing While My Guitar Gently Weeps. Like that was just like a standout, like, oh my gosh moment. And yeah, also Jeff Beck at the end of the first night, he just killed it. And I don't know if it's on here or not. I'll have to check and see but like towards the end of the set, like Johnny Depp came on stage and sang like several songs. And at first it was like, you couldn't really tell because he had on this outfit and he had on this hat and you couldn't really tell who it was. And so as he got up on stage, it looked like this dude was just getting on stage and just like crashed the party. And then all of a sudden we started like looking at him and I was like, man, that guy kind of looks like Johnny Depp. And it's like, no, that is Johnny Depp. Like, and it was really cool. He sang really great. And like, you just saw like the whole crowd, there's like 20, 30,000 people there. And you just saw the whole crowd like slowly realize who it is. And it was just like, oh my gosh. And it was like completely unannounced. It was absolutely fantastic. But like then the second night, Robert Randolph was really great. James Bay played a great set. Tedeschi Trucks Band, again, a great set. Gary Clark Jr., one of my absolute favorites currently. I mean, he destroyed the stage that night. He was so spectacular. And then, of course, Eric Clapton played a great set to kind of close out the festival. It was very fantastic, emceed by Bill Murray, so that was a lot of fun. It was just really great to attend that. Both me and Michelle had a great few days in Dallas, and then, of course, now we get to have this Blu-ray where we get to kind of remember the highlights of that festival. Please let us know in the comments, what you've been buying, and maybe give us a few ideas. As well, hey, if you like what we're doing here at Dees Nerds, we're 2 nerds on one channel. We just enjoy talking about the nerdy stuff we love. Please subscribe to our channel. We're trying to get those subscribers numbers up because we just enjoy interacting with people and talking about this stuff, not just between ourselves, but, amongst people who comment. And we just love to have that fun with everybody. So please continue to subscribe to our channel. We really appreciate it. As well, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And also, don't forget to ring the bell icon so you know whenever we have more videos coming out. Also, again, we love interacting with people. We're also on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. So follow us there. Let us know what you're liking, and we'll be posting stuff all the time there as well. Until next time, guys, I'm Chris, and we are Dees Nerds. You guys have a great, safe rest of the day. Bye, guys.